I have always been a misfit. I've always felt misunderstood. I guess I stopped having problems with it once I realized I was an outsider. When that idea really sank in, I began to assume it. And at that point, I slowly started to care less about what other people thought. From the beginning, I was always someone who felt that we should adhere to societal norms, obey the laws, and, in general, follow the rules. After all, they're in place for a reason. I think that belief put a lot of pressure on me growing up and, in some ways, limited what I felt I could and couldn't do. However, in my wanderings around the world, I occasionally came across people who didn't fit in, didn't follow the rules, and didn't seem to care. Enter Barney, my final employer, and absolutely unintentional mentor. Upon my return from Malaysia, the Thai staff updated me on what had been happening while I was away. They informed me that Iris, the expert teacher trainer, was here, but before they could finish giving me details, Barney appeared before me and asked to speak to me privately. There in his office, he began. Since Dan and Sheila are no longer with us, I was thinking, how about you go to France with Iris to set up the school in Rennes? He explained that we would arrive and meet with Chris, the director of a well-established English language school where the TEFL course would be held. Then we'd find apartments for the trainees, set up bank accounts, organize teacher practice, etc. He said it would all be pretty straightforward. The first course would start on July 14th. So Barney, today is June 20th, I said. He said, yeah, I know. We've got to hurry and get you girls over there. I asked if I could think about it, and he said, sure, go ahead, do what you've got to do, but obviously I need to know as soon as possible. I called my mother almost immediately afterward to ask her what she thought, and her response was unexpected, to say the least. Take it, take the offer, she said. Are you sure? You don't think I should? Take the deal. It's a free ticket somewhere else. Do it, and if it doesn't work out, at least you tried. And you can just go teach in another country if that's what you want. Since when does my mother talk like that? She was not a free spirit. Her response was always to take the safest route. She had problems when I moved to New Mexico. Who was this woman, and what had she done with my mother? Then she added, or if it doesn't work out, you can always come home. Aha, now I understood better. From my mother's perspective, a 6-hour flight from Washington Dulles to Paris was nothing compared to the 20-plus hour flight to Bangkok. So if my mother believed it would work out, then it must be so. She was rarely wrong about those sorts of things. However, I still needed to reflect on such a big decision. I'm not a spontaneous person by nature. Up until this point, I had been living quite the hedonistic lifestyle in Thailand, relaxing on the beach, getting Thai massages, drinking Thai rum, and generally spending my days wrapped in barely more than a sarong. It had been close to a year, and I was happy with my existence in Thailand these past months. I had planned to stay indefinitely until I got off the phone with my mother. In prior wanderings around Thailand, I met several people who had spent time in a certain monastery just outside Bangkok for meditation, and they highly recommended it. The idea of studying meditation under monks' guidance was quite exciting. At that time, I had been practicing yoga for close to 10 years, and while I had flirted with meditation modestly, to be involved in monastic life promised to be a most intense experience, and I could sort out if moving to France was the right thing to do. Besides, it was time to purge after all my Thailand excesses. Really, my Southeast Asian escapades should be covered in a completely separate video series. For what happens next, you'll have to stay tuned.